Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty show where we talk Pittsburgh Steelers football. That's right, I'm all in my garb, Steeler shirt, Steeler hat, getting ready a couple weeks before training camp, and it'll be here before we know it. We'll have a lot to talk about then, now, and all season long. And like I said when I made my announcement, I will be having guests on these shows, these Steelers shows, reviewing the matchup that the Steelers will be facing, and we'll be getting people from other teams to come in and give their expertise on their team when we do a preview show when they face the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think that'll be different. I think that'll be cool. I've done that before. Mark Romani, thanks for tuning in to the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty. So, Ryan, thanks for tuning in. So I appreciate you guys all tuning in. Please hit like and subscribe. Smash that button. Hit like, share. And I know, Matt, that you are a Redskins fan. I can call them the Redskins. They are the Commanders. I know you're a big Washington fan. We don't face Washington this year, but I would definitely take Chase Young, though, in a good trade. So Ryan says, I just love football talk no matter what team it is, but I think the Steelers' success lives and dies by the man named Matt Canada. Oh, I know. I am not a Matt Canada fan. Hopefully this offseason he went to Tibet and went to the Himalayan mountains and sit there and purged himself of all the offensive stupidity that he had last year. But they also, too, remind you guys, 7-2 after that break. Hey, Boothie, what's going on? You got the question. Jeff Booth got the question right last week with the Mean Joe Green question. I will be having the same trivia question that I've had for the same 3 weeks now. Nobody's got it. Hopefully, you guys Googled it. But Boothie is in the winner's lot. I also have another trivia question. It's going to be a little harder, people. I don't want to get too easy, but also too. Speaking of a couple weeks, there's a lot of speculation, and it's all it is, people. We could sit here and wish in one hand and shit in the other, being Steeler fans. And there has been talk that Aaron Donald would definitely be happy as a Steeler, but the Steelers will not rule that out due to the fact is if he's looking for a trade, they have to try to do something. Whatever it may be, that is fine. Could you imagine Aaron Donald as a Pittsburgh Steeler? Oh my. They couldn't, they can't, they're not going to be able to take us now with a pissed off Cam Hayward in a defensive line and a TJ Watt coming back, and who's pissed off because he's not getting the praise because he's dropped down to 4 or 5 in linebackers or whatever. I don't know. There's so many polls and rankings in the off seasons. It's unreal. Bobby Coy, thanks for tuning in to the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty on the Triple B Experience podcast show. It's not a Tomlin decision about the Aaron Donald situation if the Steelers have that choice. I think Omar Khan could probably finagle some kind of money and some cap, cut some players, do something if that opportunity arises. I'm not saying it could happen, but look, I think everybody's wished one time in their life they actually could achieve something. Why can't we get a Hall of Famer defensive lineman in a trade? Bobby Coy definitely wanted to play for the Steelers, bro. He likes Tomlin a lot. Yeah, so you never know. You never know. That they could, you just never know. Plus, he could play in his hometown. He already won a Super Bowl ring. The Steelers defense is going to be the top defense this year. You guys heard it here first. I know I'm pretty biased, and I'll go with that because I am. But also, too, I revel in misery when we can't score points. So, but that'll be something. So you never know. If he doesn't sign his contract and looks for a trade, would the Steelers give up something, give up somebody? Who knows? Get some money. Omar Khan. Only Omar Khan knows. Only Khan knows. But also, too, would the Steelers, could you see where the Seattle Seahawks, he's stopping Watt? Yeah, he ain't stopping Watt. I think Kettle been too much going into some wrestling stuff, Booth. He's been going to these wrestling shows. He's probably getting cocky that way. TJ Watt's going to eat him up for breakfast. But also, too, we got to learn how to cover Kittle in the flat, though. And we need to shut down tight ends because, as I do, the Steelers defense can't shut down a tight end to save their life. Mr. Canada has to go. Yeah, but I don't think he's going to. Timmy Palmer, thanks for tuning into the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty show where we're talking Pittsburgh Steelers football. Yeah, I'm just going to say that if Canada does some sputtering in the first 2 months, that's why they got that guy in a quarterback from the colleges probably in waiting because they can economically sign him real cheap. And it's all about economics, as we know, about coaches, because a lot of coaches in the Steelers organization get Dollar General contracts. I'm not a big Matt Canada fan. Hopefully, like I said, he did his homework and he can produce. I know he got the stamp of approval from Kenny Pickett. If Kenny Pickett wouldn't have given him a stamp of approval, he might have been out of here. You know what I mean? You got your quarterback pissed off with you. You're not going to, but we got to wait. My podcast, it could explode with the Matt Canada shit. You know what I mean? I'll be doing some Canada national theme songs, watching a lot of Canadian bacon, stuff like that. But also, too, the Steelers could replace, I read this, Steelers could be replacing Mason Rudolph at the start of the season. That's right. They just look, he's only if they can get if he's not because they're looking to have an affordable look. You don't need a third string quarterback making that much, and the Steelers are looking because Mike Tomlin likes this guy, the Tennessee Titans quarterback Malik Willis. If the fucking Titans would cut him, I guarantee it. Tomlin's signing him, and but he looked good in their preseason camps. So, but also too, they drafted that quarterback and they got Ryan Tannehill. So who knows? Now, if they cut him, would the Steelers pick him up, take Malik, let Mitch Trubisky give him some tutelage, under the eyes of Mitch, and let me get some comments here, and would that happen? So the Black and Gold Dynasty, perfect side. Yes. Well, thank you, Craig, for patting. I appreciate it, brother, for tuning in. You're multitasking. I appreciate that, and I love your support. Thank you so much. Blah, blah. I don't know what that means. That means not good. What are we watching? Shane Stodmiller, Festival Fields correspondents in the house. If you guys haven't hit like and subscribe to his podcast, his YouTube channel, please do. It's What Are We Watching? So there we go. There we go. And Shane's always busy. Travis Williams, thank you for tuning in. Shane jumped from the YouTube to the Facebook. He's everywhere, people. Like I said, subscribe to his channel. What we watching? Shane talks a lot about West Virginia football and what he watches on TV and stuff and gives his expertise. Shane's very, very funny. And if you like to have a little bit of humor in your life, subscribe to Shane's channel. He's also part of the Triple B Experience MegaCast shows. And he's a special field correspondent. And we're always wheeling and dealing and trying to get people here and trying to get the views up. That's how we're doing. So that's a big what if they get rid of Mason and if Malik was out there, would they sign Willis? Really, he'd be really, really cheap. That'd be your third string quarterback because Mitch Trubisky's not going to be around after this year, probably not. So also too, the Steelers potential candidates for Steelers to be traded entering the 2023 training camp season. Number 3 is the guard Kevin Dobson. I believe our offensive line has solidified with the offseason signings from those Philadelphia big boys, that Big Samoan and Herbig from the Jets. I think, both of those guys played in the Eagles, and I think they're going to be heavy duty. And I don't think Kevin Dobson, I don't think he has it. They could use him for some trade, maybe get something. We'll wait and see. But also, too, if you got injuries, you know what I mean? You gotta realize stuff. So, and number 2 is cornerback Levi Wallace. Now, Boost read an article where a former Steeler says Najee is going to be troublesome. Najee is going to have a good year, but he's going to be in his option. I think he's going to be in his option year, I believe, and he's going to hopefully he produces. I said he was going to do 1,600 yards, Booth. I know that sounds crazy. I'm not high on cocaine or do any type of barbiturates drugs, but I like Najee Harris. Harris got to come out of the block early and get started in September and October. Start churning out some 100-yard games early in the season. I mean, he only had like a couple, but he was playing real good though after that break. They all were. But they got condensed in their offense. I think that the Matt Canada offense, hopefully they just run the ball, but also too they could have thrown. Boothie says, I see 1,300 yards and 10 touchdowns. That's good too. I see that. And with this offensive line, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. Now, with Levi Wallace as trade bait, I don't think that's going to happen at all due to the fact right now Joey Porter Jr. is not signed. And the reason why he hasn't signed, he was a 32nd round pick, okay? But realistically, in any other year, he'd have been a number 1 pick. Okay, so the Dolphins lost their draft, and the Steelers, they got the 32nd pick, but realistically, if it had been next year, it would have been a first-round pick. He is just holding on to see if he can finagle a little bit more money to his contract because he feels that he was a number 1 pick. Realistically, this is never, I don't think this ever happened in Steelers history where they had this opportunity, and Jalen is going to pick up and grab 800 yards. Holy shit, Booth. Jalen is going to pick it up and grab 800 yards of his own. Wow. I'd say I would go with like, wow, about 560, 570. I would take 400 yards receiving out of the backfield. I would take that. Wow, 800 yards. Woo. Well, that's a double 1-2 combo right there, Booth. But I don't think Levi Wallace is going to be tradable, and I don't think they're going to trade him due to the fact, like I said, right now, Joey Porter right now is not signed, and hopefully he's just waiting until, the Joey Porter watch. Everybody else is signed by the Steelers. But also, too, to get back to the Joey Porter thing real quick, Joey Porter has – I got to get to my right information here. Okay, I got everything written down because I can't go off the top of my head. He is there's been 13 picks in that round have remained unsigned. Okay, so he's just holding off to try to get the best deal. Then I think everybody else is going to wait what he gets and see. That's only speculation in my eyes. I'm just speculating. But hopefully he signs. Got 2 weeks. Hopefully he signs going into camp. I don't know. His dad's probably going to tell him to hold off. You deserve the first round money and wait for the Steelers to give it to you. I see Joe. I see his dad telling him that. I really do. He's a stud, Boothie says. And also, too, let's get to the Steeler trivia with 13 minutes into the podcast. I appreciate it. So the Steeler trivia question again for the last 3 weeks. What Steeler running back ever won a rushing title? I'll let you guys think about it. Chris, thanks for tuning into the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty show Wednesday nights. We're going to be doing 2 of these during the season, a preview and a review. So anyway, this show is sponsored by Watkins Boxing. If you need to do some boxing and you have some young kids that need to go to the gym and join boxing, go see Brandon Watkins in Indiana, Pennsylvania, and just go in and do a workout. I just came in there today, hit the bags a little bit, but he's a proud sponsor of the Triple B Experience. Also did an interview for the show. It's in the archives. Brandon is a hell of a guy. So if you guys in the Indiana County area want to work out and stuff, go see Watkins Boxing in Indiana, PA. So I know I was going to because I'm gonna end my show with the top Steeler picks that I seen on a poll, and then I'm gonna give you my top Steeler picks. Okay, but before the odds for the Super Bowl, the number 1 odds is Kansas City Chiefs plus 600. Now, right now, the Steelers are plus 6,000 to win the Super Bowl. My kid saw you in there today. I thought that was her. I was at the gym, and then I went to box. I thought that was her. I was focused on trying to lose some weight. But plus 6,000. The betting people in me are going to put some money on it. I like to bet too, but I like to see the Steelers get into the playoffs first. Super Bowl, I don't know. Now, actually, last week the Steelers celebrated 90 years as a franchise. July 8th, 1933. They were founded by Art Rooney Sr., and they are the seventh oldest franchise in the NFL and the number one franchise in my soul, my eyes, and my heart. They were known as the Pittsburgh Pirates until the 1940s. So being a Pittsburgh Steeler fan in that time was hard to do. But you know what? 42 years later, they won a Super Bowl, and it took them. And now they are the greatest franchise in sports right now. And that's just the way they're going to be. So, but also, too, hopefully someone answered my first trivia question of the first one that we ever had. Third week now, people. The Steeler running back. Hopefully, people can Google this. They can. They can cheat. I'm allowing you to do that. The only Steeler to lead the NFL in rushing. These are not going to be easy. I know everybody. No, it wasn't Sidney Thornton. No. This is a hard question. This is the third week. I'm going to keep playing. But, yeah. And also, I got to get back to the trade, the potential trade candidates. I got off a little beaten path with the Joey Porter stuff because I don't think Levi Wallace will be traded. And I don't think the number one potential trade candidate in this article that I did read was Alex Highsmith. There is no way that they are trading. I don't think they're trading Highsmith. They're going to try to extend his contract. So, hey, Benjamin, thanks for tuning in to the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty Show. One of the favorite guys who comes in all the time. He's going to be picking the Pittsburgh Steelers 49-30 in the first game, and their Steelers are going 17-0. That's how Benjamin rolls. That's how he's a diehard mother effing Steeler fan. He doesn't care. They're undefeated in his soul, in his heart, and his mind. You know, that's just the way it is. And he also runs a couple Steeler groups if you guys want to talk Steeler football on Facebook. So he does a lot of stuff, and he's a big, huge sports Steeler fan. But like I said, Alex Highsmith, they aren't trading him. So now, if I'm wrong, well, then I didn't see it coming. But, you know, that's just here or there. So, but also, too, they had now, I always liked this guy. This guy was a defensive coordinator. He was fucking tough as nails. His players revered and loved him with no other. And I'm talking about the defensive coordinator, Pro Football Hall of Famer himself, Dick LeBeau. Kenny Pickett is going to be a franchise quarterback. You're absolutely right, Benjamin. Now, Dick LeBeau coached 2 Super Bowl wins, and he has glorious career presiding over the 2008 Steelers. He wrote a book about the 2008 Steelers, okay, because he thought that team was historically dominant and spearheaded the Pittsburgh Steelers to their 6th Super Bowl victory. Okay, and that 2008 defense was a focus of his book, you know, and he expects it to be published in 2024, and the book will be titled A Legendary Defense. That's an ode to what head coach Mike Tomlin told the unit before they finished off the Steelers' 27-23 win over the Cardinals in that Super Bowl with dramatic fashion with Santonio Holmes. Shoestring catch at the end zone by the Hall of Famer in my eyes, my heart, my soul. One of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, Ben Roethlisberger. 100-yard interception by the man, James Harris. That unit alone in that year, that unit just allowed 13.9 points per game. Stifling. They beat the Ravens. They beat the Jets. Booth said the AO8 Steelers defense is the best ever. I like that team, but also you got to remember in Steeler history when they lost to the Oakland Raiders without they had no running game. Rocky Bleier and Franco Harris. That's the game that Jack Lambert said he would just go in the shower and shower up, put his clothes back on, his football pads back on, or drink a case of beer or something and go back. That defense shut out, I believe, 5 or 6 opponents that year. Richard Smoke, what's up? Rich Smoke's in the house. Steelers are going to be the champions and going to the Super Bowl. I knew you had it in you there, Benjamin. I knew it. John Henry Johnson. No, but Chris, you're thinking that way. I like it. Remember, the only Steeler to ever lead the NFL in rushing. Chris, you're close. You're that's what you're thinking. No, that's good. So Benjamin sounds like a Cowboys fan. No, brother, he's taking the Steelers 17-0, Rich. 17-0, and Pickett throws 30 touchdowns. Yeah, God bless you, Benjamin. Keep it coming. So where am I at? So I have another trivia question, and I'm looking for my next trivia question because I don't think you guys are going to get it, because whoever gets it is going into a box of the winners. Mr. Jeff Booth is the first winner, and if you guys can't get these answers, Booth might win it all. I don't know what I'm getting. I have no clue. But I'm looking for the trivia question. Here it is. Oh, but also, too, to get back to Dick LeBeau before I start story jumping, the unit led the league in scoring, passing, third down efficiency, red zone efficiency, and was second in stopping the run. And also, like I said, Dick LeBeau was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2021. It's where everybody wore the Dick LeBeau jerseys to honor him. And he feels that James Harrison deserves a gold jacket in Canton. So maybe he'll be doing some politicking. Amanda, what's going on? Hope you're still on vacation. Hope you had a good time. And what I'm saying is James Harris could be politicking to get that way. That year, he was the defensive player of the year. And also, too, they had Troy Polamalu. They had a good defense. They had Aaron Smith. They had Casey Hampton, James Ferrier. Oh, wait, hold on. Vinny. Vito Corleone. Okay, Godfather. The Steelers suck. You all going to win 5 games. Kenny Pickett is trash. Oh, okay, Kenny. Okay, Kenny. Okay, Vito. Well, hopefully it's not Amos Araway. No. Let me get back to Vito Corleone here. Let me get back to the Godfather. There's no way that the Steelers are going to win more than 5 games here, Vito. I don't know what kind of wine you're drinking, but I don't know, Booth. But I give everybody from across the world and across the nation, Boothie, that comes on this podcast. So yeah, you're going to get your I guess you're not a Steeler fan, Vito, or it's someone that I don't know. I like the name. Don't swim with the fishes, I guess. Uh-oh, Rich. Now, see, they're coming all out of the woodwork, Booth. Rich Smoke says the Steelers are going to win 7-9. They're going either 7-10, 8-9, or 9-8. Damn, Rich, come on. Hey, you never know. 10-7. I don't know. I'm not giving my prediction yet. The only prediction that I'm giving, guys, is the Steelers will beat the 49ers in the first game. I believe that. I believe that with all my truth there. Vito Corleone, you Marlon Brando wannabe. That's not me hating. I know. Benjamin down to 13-4. Usually it's 17-0. I tell you, Benjamin, you're getting realistic. I love you, Vito. Bada boom, bada bing. I don't have no clue who you are, buddy. But hey, thanks for coming on. But no, it's not Amos Saraway. Like I said, what Steeler led the league in rushing? This is the 3rd week I've had this. You got to Google it, man. I guarantee, and you're allowed to Google it. It's okay. It's okay. I'm still laughing about Vito. I'm playing like violins and shit. Like I feel the Sicilians are coming on my show now. I am part Sicilian, so half Sicilian and half German. So where is I'm looking for my other trivia question. Oh yeah, here it is. I found it. Harrison. No. My next trivia question, I don't know if you guys will get this one, but this former Pittsburgh Steeler player, okay, opened a butcher shop after he retired. Can you name him? I'll give you a hint. He was an offensive lineman. Come on, I'm not going to be easy with the easy questions. Come on. Former Pittsburgh Steeler who opened up a butcher shop after his retirement. Come on, people. Gosh. At least try. I know you guys are trying. You got to Google the running back one. I guarantee it. You'll probably have to do that. But let's get to the top 10 Steelers of all times. Look, I just do a podcast show. I like to be entertaining. I like to do stuff that I like to do because I've been doing this since 2018. It's a little grassroots podcast. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, even Vito Corleone. And please hit like and share and try to get I'm trying to get higher. Oh, nope. Okay. I thought Vito was talking again. I'm so sorry. But also, too, their segment for the top 10 Steelers of all time are brought to you by Bob's It's My Pizza, where I can go and get 5 pepperoni pieces, a Wapahoa, which is an Italian hoagie, and a root beer for under $12. You can't beat that anywhere in America, people. It's in Indiana, Pennsylvania. So if you're in Indiana, Pennsylvania, go tell Ted, Becky, and Sandy that Bubba sent you. Bob's It's My Pizza. No, it's not Pollard. One of the staples and iconic places around my hometown in Indiana, Pennsylvania. Proud sponsor of the Triple B Experience Show. Proud sponsor of the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty Show. Actually, Ted gave me a ticket where I got to see Detroit Lions in that lovely tie, where I got my lovely face on TV. So God bless you, Ted. I want Bob's Pizza. Yeah, Benjamin, But anyway, that this is brought to you for the top 10 Steelers of all time. Here's the list. Boo! Number 1 is Joe Green. This is not my list. Joe Green. Number 2 is Troy Polamalu. I love Green. I love Troy. Jack Lambert is number 3. I've always been a huge Jack Lambert fan. Matt, thanks for tuning into the Triple B Experience. Number 4 is Big Ben Roethlisberger. Love Ben. Been a big Ben fan all my life. Number 5 is the man Terry Bradshaw with 4 Super Bowl rings. Number 6 is the man who was underneath Terry Bradshaw, hiking him the ball. I got to get that out. Mr. Iron Mike Webster, the cornerstone of that offensive line during them Super Bowl years. Number 7, Mel Blount. There hasn't been a cornerback like him, and it had to be the prototype for all these cornerbacks of today. Mel Blount is number 7, and number 8 is the great one, Rod Woodson. Come back from that ACL to play in the Super Bowl against Dallas, the first player ever to come back from an ACL injury. Number 9, God bless his soul, the leader of the Italian army, Franco Harris is number 9. And number 10 is one of the greatest, smartest inside linebackers to ever play the game, Penn State alumni. He's the man, Jack Ham. Now, that is the top 10 list that I got. That it's not mine, okay? That is not my top 10. That's a great top 10. Don't get me wrong. But here's mine. And I don't have, I'm just going to talk it verbally because I don't have graphics for this one. My top 10 Steelers of all time, and there's a lot of honorable mentions, and I love anybody that's ever played in the, it was very hard for me to pick this. And I will agree with the number 1 is Joe Green. Without Joe Green, the architect of that Steelers defense, those 4 Super Bowls during my younging growing up would never be here. So Joe Green is the number 1. Number 2, I'm gonna gamble, and this guy won 4 Super Bowls. And I tell you what, you couldn't do anything without. In his later years, he was gunslinging those last 2 Super Bowls. I'm going with him because he had 4 Super Bowls victories. Terry Bradshaw is my number 2. Number 3 is the leader of the Italian army. Over 10 straight Pro Bowls, and the Pittsburgh Steelers made the playoffs all that time that he was there. Over 10,000, almost 11,000 yards. He tragically passed away the week of the Immaculate Reception anniversary game. He is the man who has the greatest sports NFL play in history. Number 3 is Franco Harris. Number 4, because I thought of intelligence, integrity, and whatever, I thought of this man. I gave him probably whatever. He is the astute student of inside linebacking. Number 4, I'm going with Jack Ham. He was real good. Very good. Very, very good. Number 5 is my man who won 2 Super Bowls and had the 19 years in the same team with the same city at the same love. My man, Big Ben Roethlisberger, is number 5. Number 5. Number 6 is the man, Jack Splat, who I met years ago. Me and Booth met him years ago. Got pictures on my wall with him downstairs in the Triple B Bar and Grill. I'm going number 6, Jack Lambert. Okay, number 7, I'm going with people is somebody very recent, but not too recent. He came from a trade via the Rams, made his career because at that time the Pittsburgh Steelers were running the ball and they ran the ball on the back of Jerome Bettis. Jerome Bettis to me is number 7, the bus. When he got on the bus, he was churning, and for a big man, he was very light on his feet. And it was great. And he got to get his Super Bowl in his last year in his hometown. Very historic. Jerome Bettis is number 7. Okay, this guy was the Iron Man. This is Iron Mike. And he was a pivotal part of the offense during the 70s. And I met him when I was a kid, and he was as big as a house then as he was his whole entire life until he, tragically passed away due to the concussion stuff, which is another story in itself. But when he played for the Pittsburgh Steelers, he was he's the best center of all time in Steeler history. Number 8 is Mike Webster. Now, this one was kind of hard because I wanted to go. Mel Blount changed the game of a cornerback, but this guy in the 80s changed everything. He was something. He was number 26. It's a shame, like I said before, when I talked about him in the top 10 that I pulled that I had that wasn't mine. He's the first player to come back from an ACL injury. It's a shame that they didn't make him into a safety. He got a Super Bowl ring another place, but he did retire a Pittsburgh Steelers. And in the 80s, we didn't have much to cheer about. But I'll tell you what, we goddamn cheered Rod Woodson. And Rod Woodson to me is number 9 as the Steelers all time. And there's so many people. Chris Ward, thanks for tuning in. There's so many people out there that played for the Steelers. My God. Now let's just put it this way before I get out of here. Okay. Now, if this other player would have not fell off the deep end emotionally, whatever he did, he would have been probably the top 5 Steelers probably of all time. And he had so many yards. He didn't have a Super Bowl ring with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He got it under Tom Brady, okay, until he went off the deep end. But I didn't put him in for the Steelers all time because of the fact he quit on his teammates the Cincinnati game. And to me, that's unforgivable. And he bitched about the Saints game, and they when they beat the New England Patriots, and they lost to the Saints, and then they had to, he didn't show up and then he just never showed up again, and just went off into a purgatory. But also, too, hold on, let me see who's got this comment. Charlie Scales, Butcher Shop. No, but I like your thinking. Craig. No, he's an offensive lineman. He's actually, he won a Super Bowl. I'll give you, that'll be a hint. That's a hint. Come on, people with the running back, or I'm going to go with 4 weeks in a row doing the same trivia question. Maybe Vito Corleone will get it. I don't know. Maybe he'll call in his markers. So, but also, too, number 10. Number 10 in my all-time Steelers all-time, because this guy never quit. He gave 150%. He fucking hit people, and he had a crackback block like no other. They had to change the rule. No, not Pouncey. They had to change the rule. Pouncey never won a Super Bowl, Booth. Yeah. Pouncey was great, but never won a Super Bowl. Because he didn't play in the Super Bowl. No, I don't think he won. Nope, he didn't win a Super Bowl. Harding's won that Super Bowl. Number 10 is number 86, Hines Ward. Hines Ward is my number 10, and those are my top 10 Steelers pick of all time. Very, very hard. Honorable mention could be I like Merrill Hodge for his tenacity. Merrill Hodge, on the back of Merrill Hodge, we almost went to the championship. It wasn't the fumbling of Tim Worley, fumbled that ball in Denver. And there's been, Aaron Smith and, oh God, Heath Miller, Hardings. No, not Hardings, Benjamin. I'll tell you what, it's in the 70s. How's that? That's my other. Felica. No, in the 70s, people. I'll give you guys a hint. He won a Super Bowl in the 70s, and he's an offensive lineman, owns his own butcher shop after he retired. Sometimes it's not all about football. So before we go, And hopefully, if you don't get it, it'll be the question for next week. Mr. Jeff Booth is still our only winner. So that is good. Please, and also too, what Steeler running back won a rushing title? You guys can Google on your phone. Google is okay. Whoever gets it first, I'll put it in. No, not Fanica, Matt. Sorry. No. Won a Super Bowl in the 70s. There we go. I gave you another hit. But I will also, this is a proud sponsor of the Triple B Experience and the Triple B Black and Gold. Proud sponsor. If you guys need beer and you guys need, wine coolers, you need all that kind of stuff in Indiana, Pennsylvania, you live in the area, go out to Clymer, Pennsylvania, and see Eric and Amanda. I got to get Diesel on the show here to talk some Steeler football. But you guys got to go to Clymer and go to this place right here. Proud sponsor of the Triple B Experience because I'm a proud sponsor of those guys. That's where I'm getting my beer for October for my wedding. Thank you. Here we go.
There's a new cat in town. Formerly known as Clymer Beverage, the newly remodeled Alley Cat Beverage is located in the heart of Clymer. Still carrying all of your traditional beverages, Alley Cat Beverage also offers all of the newest flavors, brands, and novelties, including slushies and popsicles. From the gridiron to the back porch swing, Alley Cat has your favorite beverage in stock and ready for any occasion. Stop in and see the new cat in town. Back the alley where all the cool cats go. Alley Cat.
I love that cat screaming. It makes me laugh. Okay, people, I guess you guys haven't, once again, who led the Steelers in rushing and who is the ex-Pittsburgh Steeler who played in the 70s that won 4 Super Bowls that owns a butcher shop? I'll give you guys another minute while I'm cutting up some promos. Hopefully somebody can get it at the 37 mark here. But also, too, this is the first show of the week. Like I said on my announcement, I'm very proud that last week when I did an interview with these guys, I will be a proud co-host with the Wrestle Talk across the country with host Mark Mancini, Ralph Williams, and Smoking Jim Frazier. And now they included me, Bubba Brewer. It's live Thursday, 7:30. You can call in and listen to the show. This show is based out of L.A. It's a radio show. It's my first radio gig, and I appreciate it. And it's going to be Thursday nights for all you wrestling fans that want to hear us talk wrestling. Hey, that's just how it goes. I'm kind of busy. I really am. So I love the opportunity. One show it took me, and they asked me to be a co-host on the show. So I appreciate them guys. And actually, I made that logo so I could promote on my shows. So, okay, one more time, people. Who led the NFL? Steeler led the NFL in rushing. This has been now 3 weeks in a row. And you can Google. And who is the Steeler who won 4 Super Bowls, played in the offensive line, that when he retired, opened up a butcher shop? I'll give you anybody 30 seconds. Please hit like and subscribe. I appreciate you guys all coming on to the show. Vito Corleone, whoever you are, God bless you. But the Steelers will win more than 5 games. Hopefully you're going to be a part of the show. I love it with the Italians. The Italians are coming. I appreciate it. But I don't know who he is. And I get a lot of people because that's what I'm looking for. You're going to get the haters too. I gotta love the haters. Hey, whatever. Yeah, just bring it. I'll chime my reasons in. But I guess nobody can get these trivia questions. Please Google them for next week. Who owned a butcher shop and what Steeler led the NFL in rushing? Will it be 4 weeks in a row? Will someone get the answer? You will find out. Tune in to the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty show next Wednesday night for the trivia. I love like a game show host. Okay, people, hit like and subscribe. Thank you guys for all tuning in. It was great Steeler talk. I'll get some more Steeler talk next week. Training camp will soon be here. I don't know when I'm going, but I am going. I just don't know what dates yet. I would like to set something up, get some interview. I love to get some interviews, get some film, get some something, show it out there. So I appreciate all you guys. Please hit like, subscribe, tell all your friends, tell everybody, comment, like, subscribe, share. The Spotify show will be out very, very soon on Spotify. You can listen to the show in your car, in the gym, while you're mowing grass, do whatever you need to do. Hey, that's what I do. So, hey, guys, I appreciate you guys all. Thank you, guys. God bless. And I will see you guys Friday night for the Triple B experience. But if you're a wrestling fans, tune in to Wrestle Talk Across America. Thanks, Boothie. Thank you so much. Peace out. God bless America. I'll see everybody real soon. Later.